Alright, what's good, guys? So I was thinking about this, and there doesn't really seem to be anybody on SmackDown who's currently active who can actually rival Ronda Rousey and give her an actual competition, with the exception of Shayna Baszler, which it looks like they may be saving, maybe for like SummerSlam-ish. I mean, because I doubt they would do it for Royal Rumble, and I really doubt that they would do it for WrestleMania. Hilarious. Wrestle, since we're gonna be getting Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey. That is the rumor anyway, right? So what do we do from now until that time? What do we do from now until they decide to move Becky over to SmackDown, right? I think Sonya Deville would be a viable outcome. Now hear me out. Sonya Deville in Total Divas, they had like this little minor one jab thing where Ronda was like, "Oh, you're not an actual fighter," blah blah, right? You can have her and Adam Pearce reunite as the Authority, but turn them babyface. There was a storyline that started with Ronda Rousey and Adam Pearce before it just randomly got discontinued for no apparent reason. But then she turned heel. And again, when I say nobody, I mean realistically, most people that I talked to about it didn't want to see it. But I did. So you turned them face. How would you do that? Right? Let's say Sonya Deville just does what Sheamus did back when he fought Mark Henry. Sheamus was automatically turned into a babyface just because he interrupted Mark Henry. Same thing with Sonya Deville. That's the easiest way I can think of to turn her face. She'll show up. Have her still dress up in her suit and tie, being all that stuff. Have her be like, well, I was reinstated my authority powers to come on to SmackDown and make sure that you stay in line. Ronda Rousey continues her tyrant. She continues going after the girls. Maybe goes after Shotzi again. Goes after Raquel. Keeps attacking them from behind. Things like that. Ultimately, Sonya gets pissed. Goes back into the ring with Adam Pearce. Adam is like, hey, we're going to have this match at the Royal Rumble. Sonya versus Ronda Rousey. Do something if you want to do it this way. You know, loser leaves SmackDown or something, hypothetically, since the draft is going to start soon anyway. And then that'll open up Becky Lynch being able to come into SmackDown. You can have Sonya Deville be the one to come in there and kind of fight it out, I guess. And then if they want to do something where they maybe bring up, Toxic Attraction,
Toxic.
they could have Mandy team up with Sonya against Shayna and Ronda in some capacity, for like a one-off type of situation if they really wanted to go that tag team route, and then have Gigi and Jesse maybe challenge the women's tag team champions, since they could be on either brand. They could do something with that as well. There's a lot of different things that could be told here with the Sonya Deville story, especially since they have that history again, like I said, on that scripted show that everybody keeps talking about. If they're not going to bring back Sasha and Naomi, which I have a whole separate thing that I'm going to talk about with them, it this would be the most viable way to do it. If there's anyone else that you think could do it, let me know. But Raquel, let's be real, I don't I don't see it. Natalia, no. Liv, she's already had her chance. They're done with that. If they would have maybe done something with Lacey, where they would have kept her a babyface, and she would have continued that whole military thing. I think those little videos were cool. I know a lot of people weren't buying it, but they could have definitely done something with that. Maybe cut back on the kissing butt of the crowd a little bit, and just have her be more of like just a babyface who's more of like an anti-hero esque type of babyface with the whole military style thing. I think that would have worked perfectly for Lacey. And she's actually not that bad in the ring. She's actually pretty solid. Then there's Emma. They've completely botched her since her return. Let's be real. They haven't done really much with her. It looks like they're going the route of her teaming up with her boyfriend, Madcap, against Carrion and Scarlett. Scarlett is another one who could have been a viable contender if they booked her correctly. I know they want to keep her as a manager, but Scarlett can actually wrestle in the ring, which is one of the most bizarre things that I feel like a lot of people don't know. But Scarlett can actually go. She could have a one-off with Ronda Rousey as well, just to prove that she can go, and then go right back to being a manager again. There's so many different stories that they can tell with that as well. Other than that, there's really no one else here. If they realistically want to do Charlotte Flair and bring her back, and they bring her back as a babyface, it's not going to work to then turn her heel again if she's going to fight Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. But they could do something where she's a heel. She just comes back as normal Charlotte, right? They don't have to be a heel or a babyface in that specific angle. Have her have like her fight at on SmackDown again with Ronda. Have them beat the crap out of each other so much that Charlotte winds up leaving to Raw because they can't be on the same brand, because every time they see each other it's on site type of thing. Where every time they see each other they just fight, fight, fight. Similar to how where they were leading up to the match at WrestleMania, they got arrested, and even the cops gonna keep them apart, right? Charlotte hit that knee, and that continues all the way into the Royal Rumble. They finally have that match. It ends in a DQ. And then we put that on the back burner for the time being. She switches over to Raw with some kind of brand shift. Becky comes to SmackDown. Charlotte goes to Raw. And then down the line at like SummerSlam, you pick up Charlotte and Ronda continuing their feud as well. Um, Again, we revisit that, yeah? There's a lot of different ways that they can go, but that would be the best way that I would do it. I don't know how I'm going to cut this for TikTok, but you guys on YouTube are going to see the full thing. So, yeah. Let me know how you guys would book Ronda too. And as always, man, have a great day.